my fellow risers. So, did a lot of Ubering yesterday, feeling ambitious about today. Had an emotion there that wasn't ambition, it was maybe fear. It felt like wanting to give up. Anyway, so this is the start of my daily video, and let me just tell you what my tasks are. I do feel like I'm setting myself up for failure. I'm accepting that thought. What's the thought? Wait. Oh, my bad. Failure is not accomplishing all of this. What is failure? There's really no way to fail because I'm in a study phase. The depression thing was supposed to last longer, but I listened to this willpower book. I'm pumped up. I haven't slept, so it's been 23 hours since I woke up. Ubered for like 12 hours. Okay, so here's the plan. We're gonna do this watercolor here, working on that. Got way too ambitious with this. All these lines. Looks like a devil, doesn't it? It's not supposed to, but it is going to a bit. But those horns, those aren't horns. But it's supposed to be like focus. Anyway, so many lines, and I think I had seen something somewhere, maybe on YouTube or something, and so I'm trying to do a different, not put the same color in any neighboring section. But there's a lot of intersections here, so we'll see what happens. And we're having fun. Let's celebrate. We're at our desk. Good, 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 good. We're doing this thing, and I think it looks kind of cool right now. Okay, great. Then we're going to record no, we're not. One task that I've turned away from a few times is to try to reread some notes that I had written on a trip and type them out. It's a little bit frustrating when I can't read it or can't even tell whether a word is a part of this line or that line. And then there's also this thing about I acknowledge you, but actually it's okay. We don't need to be worried about this. But I'm not going to challenge you any more than that. There is a thought like next to the page of the handwritten notes is the typing, the transcription, right? And there's some concern like about knowing what part of the handwritten page that typed line corresponds to. But that's not actually tricky. You can find it. But I did spend time trying to figure out how to like annotate an image in Google Docs. Never mind. Moving on. The biggest thing is probably going to be writing a script, just 1 to 2 pages between Craig, who is Craig. So the name Craig and the adjective Craig, Creg, which means possessing critical recognition. So someone who is up to date with what research has revealed about ourselves. Talking to someone named Jerk, so the noun Jerk, and the adjective Craig backwards, Gerc. Okay, so his name is Jerk, Jerk, and he subscribes to all the bullshit concepts. What I think I'm going to do is gun control, because that's the clearest in my mind. Sorry, I watched a really good video about the mind, and I'm thinking, I don't make that. And sometimes I feel bad about that. And let's not be ashamed about feeling shame about that. I think there is value in having videos like these, just real humans talking in a bit of a disorganized way about cool things or just themselves. That can be interesting. But do look at my playlist Learn from Others, because that was something that I watched when I thought I was going to go to sleep. And I was like, oh, let's do it, about executive function, ADHD, and anxiety. Okay, so gonna have a dialogue with them between them about gun control. Craig's gonna be like, no, Jerk's gonna be like, hey, if somebody wants to kill someone, they'll find a way. And Craig's gonna be like, I mean, no, you can have this much impulse to kill someone, in which case the only way you're going to do it is if it's really easy and there's little risk to you. But then, yeah, if you have not only the impulse, but also this much commitment to killing someone, then yeah, okay, you'll find a way. But I don't know what the statistics are. I would guess that most violent deaths are not premeditated. And also, even those that are premeditated, the ones that involve guns, again, there's less risk to the doer. So, anyway, we'll let them have this conversation. I made a bunch of notes to myself yesterday, and I have a strong impulse to share those with you. There's a part of me thinking that if I don't, oh, what's the point? Hey, buddy. Okay, we hear you. Can I also say something? Thank you. Look, we are doing things. We're doing some of it. I also recorded a bunch of videos and I had the idea that I'd like to watch through them and take notes from them. I may not do that, and it's okay. One delusion that I have that's really helpful is that I really believe that everything I've ever recorded, there's this significant chance that it's going to be of value to someone. Some historian, whatever, is going to go through the archives. Wow, look at what he said here. Let me have that, because otherwise I worry too much about wasted ideas, lost ideas. And we can breathe. And what we're going to do right now, and we've got this, we paid for a year, we bought the app Recut. So this is great. We can actually literally spend 2 minutes trying to breathe at 4 to 6 breaths per minute. And that is going to signal to our amygdala, hey, if we're able to breathe this slow, there's no emergency. So you can chill out. And it's going to signal to our prefrontal cortex, hey, if we're able to breathe this slow, then, we must be fucking chilling. So if you want to think about the future or think about our big desires or use some rationality or whatever, you can, bro. Okay, excellent. Now, why am I doing that, by the way? I haven't done it yet. Why am I doing it? I'm going to try my best to verbalize it. I've got this sense that I'm racing a little bit, and I don't, I'm only experiencing a little bit of some of these thoughts, but I've got this sense that there's a lot of amygdalic activity happening. There's a lot of, holy shit, we haven't even gone through the whole list. We've already been talking for 11 minutes. There are human brains that are able to probably say everything important that we just said in about 90 seconds. We have no real concept of time or priority. And we're going to get through this list. It would be fun to maybe find a series to binge. Maybe we should get away from all this putting ourselves on trial. Oh, hold on. We're not on trial, bro. No. I'm not talking to you, Amygdala. I'm talking to these guys. We're not on trial. I'm really excited to do my Nouncy Pouncy with you is the current name. Is this a good moment for self-control to not tell you about that? I was so excited about it as I was Ubering, but it's not relevant here. We also don't want to exhaust all of our self-control for today. Look, we've got a stopwatch, our active self-control. We absolutely cannot talk about this for more than a minute, and we need to wrap it up at 30 seconds. Announcy Pouncy is when you try to figure out a feeling that you have, a thought that you're kind of having, and then verbalize it. And that gives your other mechanisms a better chance of engaging with it, pouncing on it. Now, we've since learned, because we came up with that a few years ago, nounce to pounce. We've since learned that you shouldn't always pounce because suppressing can cause a backfire effect where there are mechanisms that will treat whatever the suppressed thought is as necessarily true because it keeps recurring. Okay, wrapping it up. So announcy pouncy, we sort of dramatically let out a thought that we don't endorse. Give it its space. Let it speak at the podium and not even challenge it. So we want to do this watercolor thing. Talk about the script with this task AI called Saner AI, and the AI is called Sky, SKAI. We've recorded the introduction. Maybe we'll publish this as part 1 since it's so much longer than... Anyway, Probably gonna check in, record a part 2, and then have a finale, part 3. Don't worry about who's gonna watch it. Everything's fine. If one person watches, that's awesome. I mean, if they get something out of it, and if they don't, I apologize. We're gonna transcribe one page from our shroom notes. Big priority is to organize all the notes that we had made to ourselves via the reminders app yesterday. We have already transferred all of the iPhone videos. We have to watch the first few seconds of each one. There's probably 10 of them and name them. Then we gotta go through all our dash cam footage. We had some cool passenger conversations. Transfer those, name those. Doesn't seem like too much. And then we want to write the script at some point. And then we'll do the finale. And we're celebrating. This is an awesome moment, what's happening right now. It's easy to be thinking about and recording the stress. I totally forgot to do the breathing thing, so that's what we're going to finish up with. Okay. So, excellent job, Aries. Nice job, buddy. Now, the instruction, so you did a great job of slowing your breaths to under 6 breaths per minute. That wasn't actually the instruction, because if the amygdala thinks that we're having trouble breathing, it will engage. Oh no, fight or flight. Is someone strangling us? The instruction was 4 to 6. Okay, so in that first minute, I did 2 breaths per minute. And then in the next 30 seconds, I only did 1 more breath. So in the first 90 seconds, I did 2 breaths per minute. I did some nice slow, but I don't know, maybe at a rate of 8. I don't know. 6 breaths per minute is really not that slow. But they gave you the instruction of or the suggestion of exhaling as though you're breathing out of a straw. Was it 4 to 6? Because that's 5 seconds inhale. Okay, but if you're not trying to be slow, then that is more difficult. Okay. Anyway, great. Thanks so much for hanging out.